So I'm gonna get the safe and the other contents out of this box and be right back with you. Quickly show you guys some of the packing. Real thick cardboard, styrofoam, bubble wrap. So I plan to use this for firearm storage. And just to give you guys an idea, I can easily fit 6 pistols in there. And if I were to put racks on the bottom and then up on this top, I could probably fit 10 pistols easily. Plus there's still room for ammo boxes and stuff like that. And because these are made out of steel, if you have any type of like magnetic hanging boxes or anything like that, you could easily put them on the walls and store stuff in those as well, spare magazines or anything like that. So I obviously just got this, just started using it, so these are like my first impressions. I think it actually is really well built. It doesn't feel flimsy or cheap. You know, there's weight to it, but it's not overly heavy. I like that it was super easy to set up. Everything that I showed on camera was like a one take. It only took me one time to get all the stuff figured out, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. At 1.2 cubic feet, there's plenty of storage. Again, for small valuables, jewelry, stuff like that, firearms, documents, whatever. Plenty of storage for that kind of stuff. I like that you have multiple ways of getting into it. You have the keys, the keypad, the fingerprint. You can use the USB-C if your batteries die. I like that it has multiple alarms. If somebody inputs the wrong numbers on the keypad or the wrong fingerprints, you get an alarm. If somebody tries moving it or hitting it, anything like that, you get an alarm. All right, so far I'm seeing the safe, and we have a manual, some batteries, some keys, and a USB-A to USB-C cable. Grab you guys some quick exterior dimensions. We got 13 inches wide. We have 13 inches deep. And we have 14 inches tall. And I'll get you some interior dimensions whenever we get inside of it. And this safe weighs 28 pounds. The safe is made of 16 gauge steel, and the storage capacity is 1.2 cubic feet. Let's get inside of it and we'll see what else comes with it. So I just took that little cover off. I'm going to use one of the keys for the first opening. So we'll return that. Alright, so it had like these pads of carpet, just kind of protecting things. We'll get rid of those. And then it looks like there's more styrofoam in here. We have a shelf. I believe that carpet there does stay on the bottom, so the shelf is not carpeted. But we'll put that back in a minute. It comes with this fireproof bag, like a documents bag, and some wall anchors. And if you can see back there, there's actually 4 holes, so you can bolt this to your wall. And it also has holes on the bottom of it, so you can bolt it to the floor or to like a desk or something along those lines. So obviously that shelf was not installed when we first got it. So obviously if you have taller items, you can easily remove that, or if you have small items that you need to lay flat, you have options for that as well. The interior dimensions are about 12 inches deep, about 12 inches wide, and then almost 14 inches tall. Also wanted to show you guys that the door is 4 millimeters thick and has 3 of these locking bars here. So besides being able to use a key, this also has a biometric fingerprint sensor and a digital keypad. So let's get some batteries in it and I'll show you guys how everything works. Alright, got the batteries in. It says to basically to set our password that we have to hit this reset button. There's going to be some beeps. It says the display will light up and it says enter 3 to 8 digits. So we'll just do 111 followed by the pound. And that should be set now. So let's quickly check that out. Again, we're locked. So we are 111. It says open. And just like that, we're in. Another feature that this has is kind of like self-locking if you don't open it for whatever reason after putting your code in. I'm not sure how long it takes, but we'll see here. So I'm not going to open it right now. If it takes more than a few seconds, let's see, it might have just relocked. Yep, it did. So that took like maybe 5 seconds at the most or so. All right, like I said, besides the keys and the keypad, there's also this fingerprint scanner. I think they're using a 508 DPI sensor, and it's supposed to be lightning fast. But to set this up, we have to open this up. All right, I'll wait for that to clear here. So I know, okay, now we should be good. It says to press 01 on the display, then hit the reset button. We should see an FPN for fingerprint. And then we should hear a beep. So 01, reset, fingerprint in. I did not hear a beep. There's the beep, okay. And we have to do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got a green light already, so I think it must have went through 4 times. So we should be able to just put our finger on here and we'll get a green light. Turn green, it opened. And just like that, yeah, that's pretty sweet. So a pretty awesome feature is that you can actually set up 50 different fingerprints on here. What I want to do right now is just make sure I've obviously only set up this one finger right now. Let's try a different finger and see if it works. So we got a red light saying no. I know some of the budget safes kind of a few years ago, you could almost lay any finger down on the sensor and it would work. You can see I'm getting red lights, it's not letting me in. And there we go. But yeah, obviously BlackSmith doesn't have any issues with theirs, and that is working perfectly. So what I would recommend is to set up multiple fingers even for yourself. Like let's say I use my index finger and I have a cut or bandage or something like that and I need to get in quickly. So I'm going to set up my other index finger as well, and it should be the same process. It should be 01. Hit that reset button. Should say that. We're gonna put that on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one did take 5. Maybe it was 5 the first time and maybe I miscounted. And now we should be able to still use that original index finger. Opened up. Wait for that to lock. It just locked. Now I'll use my left hand. Opened up. All of that's working perfect too. I don't know the exact time that this takes to get in, but I'd say it's probably less than a second or two. So let's see if we can time this. Maybe 2 seconds at the very most. Yeah, it's less than that. That's really fast. So another feature of this is if you guys use any safes that take batteries, you know that the batteries are going to fail at some point. And then you have to try to track down wherever the keys are to it. So what I'm going to do here is pull these batteries out as if it's failed. Alright, and so we obviously have nothing on the display now, but the lock should still be able to lock. Alright, it's locked. So this thing, you're supposed to be able to take that USB-C cable, and underneath here is a port. So we should be able to plug that in. The display just came on, and let's see if the fingerprint works now. And it works perfect. So no batteries in it, and it still opens up perfectly fine. So besides being able to bolt it down, if you look here, the door is actually made to where it's recessed, which makes it way more difficult to pry it open, and there's no exposed hinges anywhere. Another really cool feature that this has is a vibration alarm, and basically you set that by hitting 0 and pound. It'll say alert on, and if the safe were to be moved or if it's impacted, this alarm comes on, and I'm not exactly sure. I think it goes for about a minute. Or you can input your code to turn it off, but right now it's activated. So if I hit this, You can obviously hear the siren going off. And then I can probably just put my finger on here and that'll stop it. Or after a minute's time it would have stopped. The other type of alarm is if you put in the wrong code. If somebody does that 3 times, a buzzer is going to sound, and it's supposed to go for about 20 seconds. If the wrong code is entered 6 times, that same buzzer will keep going for like 5 minutes, and you have to use the key to get back into it. But let's try the wrong code. We'll do 222. Gives an error code there. Let's just do 333. Error code, and then this one should give us the 20-second sounds. Alright, it stopped beeping. Now let's see if we can get in normally. Yep, it worked fine. A couple other little features is that you can actually disable the keypad sounds, and you just do that by hitting 1 and the pound key, and then now you can enter your stuff with it being completely silent. Another thing it can do is if I don't want my code being displayed up here, I can hit the little star prior to it, and now it just does dashes there instead of my code. Alright, have the BlackSmith right beside of the other one. And it might take it just a second, but you'll see the LED light just came on and clearly illuminates the bottom and that top shelf then. But even using the display, you can see how just everything just lights up just so much better with this one. Quickly show you guys that little fireproof document bag. It's nice that they included it. Velcro closure on there. It's not the biggest thing. You could fit passports in there, maybe some cash or whatever, but definitely not folders or anything like that.